The question is, when you're eating something that has waste, whether it be pistachios or olives or anything else on Shabbat, you have to be very careful in regards to borer. The borer is separating the good from the bad. So you have to, for the sake of being careful so you don't make an isur Torah, the isur deoraita, it's very smart to, if you're gonna put it just on your plate, that's one thing, because you have good on your plate. But if you're putting it into, let's say, some cup or some bucket, let's say the seed or the peel, you're putting something else, then you have to put at least one or two good ones in the same place that you're throwing out the waste. So there's no borer. Why? Because now you're not taking the good from the bad. There's good, and then you're putting the bad in a place that also has good. So there's good in both places. But I can tell you also for this, since obviously, Baruch Hashem, we try to learn Musa, we try to learn Midot, it's also, you have to be very careful not to be disgusting. I know this may sound funny to some people, but this is a Isur Deoraita. You're not allowed to be disgusting. So the Gemara says, I believe it's actually Masechet Shabbat, you may have gone over it. One of the Tanaim, at the time, they were able to tell the difference between a arbe, which is what we call grasshopper today. They were able to tell the difference between the kosher one and non-kosher ones. The Temanim, the Yemenites today that still live in Yemen, can still tell, because it's a minag for them for 3,000 years. They haven't left home, Baruch Hashem. Hashem, that they're still there. Should never. The head rabbi of Yemen, by the way, recently said, no one should leave, no more, because anyone that left, Hashem Yachem, there's been a lot of problems. Anyway, anyone that left, time to do tshuva. But even if you think you did tshuva. But even in Iran, there's some Yehudim there, there's some Jews in Iran. The rabbi over there said no one should leave. Stay in Iran. If you're religious Jew in Iran, stay there. Yeah, but the Iranians are killing people. Yeah, but they're not killing religious Jews. They're killing Zionists. So anyway, the minhag of Yemen still alive for people that live there, because they are able to tell the difference between a arbe, between a grasshopper, or what we call a grasshopper, that's kosher and non-kosher. Now, if you see a grasshopper and you eat it, that's a Isur Torah, Gehenom for at least a few years, unless you do tshuva. Why? Because it's making sins against Torah. It's at least 5 pigs. It's like you ate pig 5 times. Anytime you eat a bug, it's that you're able to see with your eyes, it's 5 different sins in the Torah. Now, if you can't see it with your own eyes, meaning it's one of these microscopic bugs, then it's not a sin from the Torah, but it still makes you spiritually stupid. It still hurts you, but there's no gehenom for it. But if somebody eats a bug on purpose because he wants to go to a local non-kosher place and just eat salad, because he thinks he's beating the system by going to a non-kosher place and eating salad that still has, the meat of the bugs in it, he should actually no. He's eating meat. Can't eat milk. But anyway, that was a joke. That's what the laugh there. The thing is, though, is that the people that were able to tell the difference between a kosher arbe and non-kosher would eat them. Why would they eat them? Why is it so delicious? I don't know how it tasted, but the Gemara says that there was a special ma'ala, there's a special significance in these specific type, not all of them, in these specific type of arbe, that if you ate the arbe, you ate the grasshopper from the right side, then it would open up your mind that you were able to consume as much Torah as you wanted in a moment. You'd be able to study the entire Shas in 5 minutes. But then you have to eat the second half, it's left half. Why? So it's concealed and you don't forget it. Why? If you don't eat the other half, you forget everything. So one of the Tanaim did it. He ate one. The other Tana says, it's not kasher. Lo kasher. No, Kvod Harav, it's kasher. He goes, no, it's not kasher. He goes, why not kasher? He says, it's disgusting. It's disgusting me. It's not that it's the bug itself that technically is not a bug, so therefore you're allowed to eat it. It's not kasher. No, it's kasher. But you're eating next to me, and it's disgusting me that there's little legs crawling out of your mouth. It's disgusting me. It's not kasher. Meaning, Rabotai, that to be disgusting makes you not kosher. Not the bug. The bug is kosher. You're not kosher. So you're not allowed to be disgusting. What does it have to do with the olives and all of the other foods that have peels in them? A lot of fruits have peels in them, and olives have, the pits in them and different things. And people have this bad teva, bad midot, that they don't know, they don't realize it's bad, but they spit out the pit out of their mouth and they put it on the table. There's nothing other than other things that come out of the body. Shem Yerachem, excuse me for being frank, but that's just, you have to say this. Other than that, there's nothing more disgusting. Nothing that comes out of your body other than Torah is good looking. Everything else is disgusting. Which reminds us, another reason not to ever be arrogant, because everything is disgusting that comes out of us other than Torah, and Torah is not ours anyway. But the point is, Rabotai, is that you're not allowed to be disgusting. So if you're sitting at a table and you're eating these seeds, like people like Israelis typically like to eat seeds, and they put all the klipot, all of the peels on the table. They build themselves Mount Sinai, Everest, the mountains. Everybody compares their mountains. There's nothing more disgusting than this. For anybody else that's not eating it, or is normal, that sees the peels that come out of your mouth with all the goan nefesh that you have in your mouth, and the saliva is dripping from it, there's nothing more disgusting than that. That makes even the seeds, sunflower seeds, look kosher. It's not kosher. Not kosher. Why? It's disgusting. You're not allowed to be disgusting. So it's very, very important that if you're going to eat olives, which I like very much, and I'm sure you do as well, my suggestion is eat the ones that don't have pits in them. That's the best way. Why? It saves you the headache, plus maybe a tooth. So you don't. But if you have to have, because I don't know, the ones that you like come in that only come with pits in them, then what I would suggest you do is have a napkin handy. Have a napkin handy, and every time you take the olive, you want to take it out of your mouth, the pit out of your mouth, take it out with the napkin. Therefore, the people that are sitting next to you don't see anything other than the napkin. And you leave it in the napkin. No one has to see the goan nefesh that goes out in your mouth. It's not nice. It's not nice for somebody else who's trying to eat his Shabbat meal, and he sees stuff that comes out of your mouth. It's not nice. Or sometimes people don't like the food. Some people, they don't like the food. So they want to make sure you know they don't like the food. So what do? They start spitting it on the table. They start taking it out of their mouth and put it on their plate. Oh, sir, this is not good. What, not good? It's not good. Now I'm not hungry anymore. I want to vomit. It's not nice. So you're not allowed to be disgusting. Why? Because that turns the purest cow that you just paid $100 for a steak on, look kosher. It's not kosher anymore. Why? Because you're not kosher. The cow's good. Cow goes to Gan Eden. You, on the other hand, something else. Why? Not allowed to be disgusting. It's bad midot, and it causes other people anguish. So we learn this from the Gemara. We learn this from this Gemara that we're not allowed to be disgusting. Next.
I heard if a Talmid Chacham walks on the street with a stain, he's chayav mitah.
Okay.
Why is such a harsh punishment for a stain on a shirt?
So a Talmid Chacham is obligated to represent Hashem. All of us are obligated to represent Hashem, but a Talmid Chacham is supposed to know that he's a representative of Hashem at all times. Meaning that any time, any regular person, any Am Haaretz, any regular Baal Habayit thinks of Torah, he has to visualize something. He has to visualize something. He has to visualize something alive. He's not going to visualize the Sfarim HaKadoshim behind me. He's not going to visualize that. Why? Because to him it's just some cow, miskena, the cow, they skinned her, then they made her skin into paper, and we read it and somebody picks it up and pays a few $1,000s for it. He doesn't really know what it means, what to be a Sefer Torah. So what does he see? He sees the living Sefer Torah. He sees the Talmid Chacham, he's a Sefer Torah. So now if he sees the Sefer Torah looks like he's homeless, to such an extent that, not because he doesn't have enough more clothes. If he doesn't have any more clothes, it's a different story. But if he sees him, he always looks like a bum. He always smells terrible. He has stains on his shirt. He says, oh, Zet Torah v'zeh schara. This is the Torah, and this is the reward for it. So if I go learn Torah, if I don't learn Torah, I'm ashir kekolach. I have houses in every city. I have cars. I have this. This Talmid Chacham, he has. Look at this. He still has his chulent on his shirt. Disgusting. He always smells bad too. And he starts giving the Torah a bad name. He's a Chilul Hashem. So the Chilul Hashem that he causes, that's why chayav mitah. Now, they ask the next question, which is what happens if it happens in Shabbat? Happens in Shabbat, and he doesn't have another shirt. He doesn't have another shirt. Does he go to Beit Knesset or no? Answer is, goes to Beit Knesset. Why? Because then it's a Kiddush Hashem. Why is it a Kiddush Hashem? He goes to Beit Knesset with the stain on. Why? Because anyone that has any da'at, any mind, knows you're not allowed to launder on Shabbat. So wow, look, this Talmid Chacham came with a stain on Shabbat. He keeps Shabbat. He's a serious Shabbat observer. Why? Because it's busha to go walk around with a stain. It's busha. It's not nice. But he's walking around with the stain. Why? Because it's even more important to go pray to Hashem with a minyan. So that's Kiddush Hashem. But a regular week, when he's able to change the shirt and he chooses not to, it's Chilul Hashem. Chilul Hashem, Chayav Mita. Next.